What's going on, people? Jaye Black here. Salute to everybody for tuning in. I got to talk about this crop top, tube top, or whatever you want to call it, that they're designing for men. Okay, now I'm going to read you some of this article from Fox News. The topic was also sent to me by a subscriber. And they're like ASOS crop tube tops for men ridiculed on social media. I'm done. Well, you know, I'm done too. I listen, man. If people have their own individual styles, it is what it is. But to have stuff like this, I mean, it's a disgrace. It's just like the guy walking around with the tuxedo dress, you know. According to this Fox News article, an online retailer is selling numerous crop tops and tube tops for men. Well, for men on the UK portion of its site, including a pair of tops that people have mocked on Twitter. So they selling this to the guys out there in the UK, huh? Which I bet they will be readily available to the United States, of course. The two tops from the brand Reclaimed Vintage were spotted beside each other by a Twitter user named Mike, who took a screen grab and simply tweeted, "I'm done." First off, at first when I saw the screen grab, I thought this was ASAP Rocky, but it isn't. But as y'all see the tweet, "I give up." You know what this is? They're selling it. Let's see. After Mike's initial tweet, social media users were quick to ridicule the shirts, with one person commenting that two shirts look like they could have been one. "You think it's the new way to charge you twice for the same top? Just cut it in two. LOL," one person wrote. This is a female who wrote this. "It's the new thing, IKEA clothing. You have to put it together yourself," someone added. You see, I think this is backfiring on the individuals who thought that they were going to make this and people are going to go along with this. No, they're going to clown this. Listen, as social justice that we've gotten, as you know, alphabet community as we've gotten, you know, there are people out there that are waking up. There are people out there that are not going to stand for these awful, fashion choices. And that's what this is. Another way to effeminize men. Look at this. You're telling me you got a dude who's gonna walk around in public with this on? Unless you're gonna have a shirt underneath. But I still don't get the point in wearing it. It does look like somebody took a shirt and cut it in half and say, "This is fashion." It's another way to make men look weird and look effeminate. Just like with the tuxedo dress. One woman said she would not be happy if her significant other wore one of the shirts, saying along with two sick emojis, "If my fellow walked in wearing that, he'd not be long getting walked back out." And that's the tweet there. Y'all gotta understand, women are not attracted to this. I don't care how liberal she is. I don't care how much she supports the DNC. I don't care if she doesn't like Donald Trump. She does not want her dude walking around in a tube top. Say whatever you want. And this is why you have women slowly waking up and seeing what is going on in society. And seeing how they're trying to make your men look like women. And trying to make your women look like men. I.e. the Batman trailer, the Batwoman trailer for the CW, which looks awful, by the way. And anybody saying that trailer was a good trailer, he's disingenuous, and that person doesn't know what they're talking about. Another woman chimed in about other crop tops for men that the ASOS is offering. ASOS, "If I start seeing men in crop tops this summer, I'm done," she wrote, along with screen grabs of the retailer's crop tops for men. But you got to understand, to the ladies listening, this is years of you supporting the alphabet community and them having their inclusion into everything. What happens is it starts to, and again, I'm not against the alphabet community. I mean, everybody should be allowed to date and be with whoever they want to be with. It is what it is. But when you have women support agendas, right, they support narratives, you got to understand it's going to trickle down to you. You're going to be affected. I don't care how many so-called alpha males you think you're dating. You may see one of them in a tube top, in a crop top. You know what's crazy? Ezekiel Elliott, he's with the Cowboys now. When he was in college, he would wear his jersey as a crop top, showing his abs. The NCAA immediately, after the season was over, said no more of that crap. No more of that. And now you see why, because they don't want more of this. Now, I will say this, though. Back in the 80s, you see guys with the jerseys, cropped. But that's just how the jerseys were designed, and you can see the abs or what that. But they've cleaned that up. But as far as you just walking around, you know what I'm saying, out here, you got dudes who are just like in this picture with blonde hair, and you just don't know which side of the fence he's walking on. Women don't want their men looking like this. Again, I don't care how liberal leaning she is. She don't want her man looking like that. Absolutely not. However, in response to some of the mockery, the retailer tweeted in response on Friday saying, proudly breaking down fashion norms since 2000. Of course, they're going to double down because they like the publicity they've gotten. They're using this right here to garner publicity for their company because they know that people are going to buy it. Our social media users even responded that men have previously worn crop tops in pop culture. The tweet included pictures of men in crop tops, including Carl Weathers as Apollo Creed in Rocky III and Will Smith in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I'm baffled by the ignorance of some comments. Men used to wear crop tops in the 80s and it was totally okay back then, but I see some of you tend to have a selective memory when it comes to remembering the past. No, see that was the 80s. Okay, styles were different. That's how styles are. But I don't think most men were walking around with crop tops. I could be wrong, but it ain't just the crop tops that people are talking about. People are talking about tube tops. Do a woman wants her dude walking around with his nipple showing? That's what we discussing here. It ain't about whether people have worn crop tops before. Of course they have. We're talking about this and this. This is a corset. This ain't a crop top. This is a corset. That's what that is. That is what women wear, man. We're not talking about this. We're talking about this. That's what we're talking about. And people want to make it seem as if, we're just clowning men who wear crop tops. This ain't crop top. Look, listen, I'm not even going to continue it because I know there's a lot of ignorance out there. It's a lot of ignorance out there. It certainly isn't the first time ASOS has sparked controversy on social media. In April, the retailer was ridiculed for a see-through mesh dress, and in February, the company left those online confused with this horrific leg harness trend, which looked like a hybrid of a high-waist bicycle shorts and garter belt. So they're used to the controversy and they've used it to their advantage, and that's what it seems like they're doing in this particular instance. They want to talk about what was worn in the 80s. What Carl Weathers is wearing here or what Will Smith wore here, that is nothing near to a corset and a tube top, which is what they're selling. They're selling corsets and tube tops. They basically took the shirt, cut it in half, and tried to make a style out of it. If you're a dude and you're walking around like that, no woman is going to come within 10 feet of you. Well, you got some women that if they're attracted to you enough, they will. They don't care what side of the plate you're batting on. Okay. And that's what it seems like in this situation. Listen, people can live and do whatever they want to do, but some of these styles are so egregious. And as a man, you got to say to yourself, why would anybody want to walk out the house looking like that? I know it's hot outside. I know it's hot, but you have the options that doesn't include you wearing a corset looking shirt and a tube top with the nipple showing. And I think that's the problem that people are having, but they want to make it seem like we're trying to mess up their artistic taste, so to speak, when that's not even it. I think people are looking at this so-called style and saying there's nothing stylish about this. You literally took a shirt and cut it in half and you're selling it, you know. Yeah, it's almost like you're putting something together. You buy different pieces and you put something together, you know. You know how those commercials where they will be selling those toys and they say parts sold separately? Like you think you're going to the store to buy the whole thing, but there's certain parts that sold separately, and they tell you that towards the tail end of the commercial very quickly, you know, so you don't think in the back of your mind, you know, this ain't gonna be all of it. I'm gonna have to pay more money to buy more parts, you know. But I just think that when you look at the way styles are, these guys who are going around literally dressing like women without even, they're not going as far as walking around literally in dresses. Well, some are, but they're doing everything to look like they're competing with women as far as style is concerned. It's like, be as feminine as you can be. That is the style, you know what I'm saying? And it shouldn't be. But y'all let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts on this video.